What up, y'all? It's your boy Apelele Pakad, and I'm back in here, and it's another day, man. So there might be a little problem with the sound and stuff. I'm not really sure what the heck is going on. I think there's something wrong with my microphone, but I'm gonna check that out whenever I get time to. But I hope it's not too bad. So, man, today I wanted to speak on. It's a very unpopular topic. I think it is popular, depending who you're talking to. But amongst us young people, I haven't really heard the conversation being said as much. Only conversation that where I'd hear the conversation from is your television screens or your electronics, your laptops or whatever. So I wanted to speak on this because I find it so important, man. You know what I mean? And that's the importance of voting, guys. I'm not really like a big political guy. I'm not so bent on politics. I'm not here to tell you go and vote for whoever or do this or do that. But I have to kind of play devil's advocate a bit for this conversation. Um, Consider that you don't really have any control over the situation. Okay, that's what this is kind of like. We're born in a society, in a system whereby your life is controlled by a certain group of people, and they tell you how to move, they tell you how to live, and how you can survive. So we're based in this construct whereby we have to now make a decision in terms of who's the one to rule over our lives. I know. That's why I'm not really into politics, because it's kind of like I'm allowing somebody to dictate how I live my life. Born on this planet as an individual, and other bunch of individuals that were also born just like I was are the ones that are ruling my life. You know what I mean? They have the say about how the economy goes, how my money goes. How how I get educated, what history do I know, how much the prices of stuff are, whatever it is, man, whatever phases of your life is controlled. It's controlled by the government. So now we're left with a situation whereby damned if we do, damned if we don't, right? So if we vote, we don't know who to vote for as young people. And if we don't vote, we're kind of at the risk of giving power to people who don't have our best interests at heart. Because of the mere fact that we have this situation whereby we have no control about how our life is being governed, is being run. And because as long as you live here, you kind of have no choice but to follow the authority. You know what I mean? Say, for example, you decide, well, I'm a free bird, I want to kind of do what I want. If the government says it's illegal and you do it, guess what? You got cops at your door. Or you get stopped by cops, you know what I mean? When you're driving over the speed limit. Who put up the speed limit? Who gave you a car? And when you drive it too fast and you go over the speed limit, who's gonna be the one to, I don't know, who are you gonna be paying the ticket to? Who are you gonna be answering to? Because you broke a law that was set. So you don't really have the freedom to just drive a car as fast as you can. And you don't really have the freedom to drink and drive. That's just one example, but that goes along many things. So we govern by laws, and those laws are set up by our government. So now it's like we have to kind of decide, which government is going to be most suitable for us, which government has the best interest at heart, because that's ultimately what we want. What we want is we want to be able to live a life that is worthwhile, okay? We want to be secure. We want to feel liberated. We want to have hope in the fact that maybe something can change, or maybe the government to come can change it. I know it's a very big ask and it's a very big expectation, but we kind of have no choice, like I said, in terms of who we choose, because any anybody we don't vote for and other people vote for are going to be the ones that are going to lead us. So that's how important it is. Take it back. Let's say during the ANC and NP times. You know how the past was, right? You know how our past was. We weren't allowed to vote. And did that make our life easier? No, it actually made it very much more difficult. Okay, we had no say. So the people are the ones who had the right to vote, voted the people in power, and those people oppressed us. So finally we had the chance to be able to vote for a party that may have our interests at heart, which in the case of 94 it was the ANC. And now the ANC is ruling us up to date. And the NP is no more. And if we sat and did nothing, I don't think the story would have played out the way it did. We still probably would have had NP ruling. Maybe they would have changed a few laws here and there. But it would have been much worse than it is right now. Like, I hear about the whole corruption thing and all of these scandals that are coming up on the news and media and all of that. But if you really think about it, if we were still under NP, do you think that, especially us as the oppressed people, the black people, we would have had the opportunities we do now? I don't think so. So at a point we had to kind of make a vote. As effed up as the society is and how its structure is, sometimes we just have to find the best way out. And, voting for the best party to do that is probably your best pick. So I'm thinking to myself, in this day and age, so who do I vote for? I'm listening to all these people and I don't know, because I've been told that whoever you vote for is going to be corrupt anyway. But my thing was, I'm not expecting a perfect government. My expectations are way higher than that. First of all, okay, that's the first thing. My expectations are way higher than that. I don't even want a government. There you go. But since I'm in this situation, it's like, okay, what is the best possible pick? Like, what would you rather have? That's what I'm left with. So I don't think I am here to tell you who to vote for, and I don't really want to say who I want to vote for the purposes of, I don't know how these things work. I don't want to start something and influence your decision, but I want to kind of inform how your decision should be run, or how you should think about this stuff and what you should consider, okay? And then maybe you might be in the same line of thought about what I want to vote for. Maybe we can kind of make sense about what that party is, okay? So, like I said, we're in a society whereby we have to decide which one is the best pick for us, which one is going to have the best interest at heart. Like, we want a simpler life. That's everybody. That's a given, okay? We look at the situation and we need solutions to the situation. So we start looking at governments that have possible solutions. Like I said, no one's perfect, okay? There's many parties that have made promises, many politicians that have made promises that have never been delivered, but we're not here to discuss that, okay? We're here to discuss which party has possible solutions and who have more intention, how can I put it? Who has a better chance of executing that solution? So that's where we need to start at, assessing these politicians. And also their their policies, checking out their policies. Okay, what do they stand by, and what do they want to do? What's their vision? Okay, how do they want to structure the society? That is basically it. Each party that comes into the play is going to determine how the society is structured. Okay, they're going to determine how we live our life in the society. So we need to look at the best possible policies, and they need to be possible. Okay, don't sell us dreams. Okay, we're not 10 years old. we used to be sold dreams all the time. Now we're not finna be sold dreams because it's just hitting the fan. I mean, you guys know there's been ESCOM, there's been like people without houses, without homes. There's been a lot of poverty. There's been a lot of unemployment. There's been a lot of raising of prices and inflation and all of that nonsense. So at the end of the day, we're kind of in a situation whereby we're like, dude, whoever comes up now better fix this. And whoever's gonna come with the best pitch, because that's what it is. Politicians are out here to pitch to us, the nation, to vote for them. And that's just like any situation out there when you get into these corporates. You're going to pitch your idea and investors are going to decide whether they want to invest in your idea or not. So we kind of like pitched to so that we can invest our votes to that party because there we decide if they're going to rule our country or not and for us to be governed by them. So my message here is more so of, I think being passive about the situation is probably not the best way, because you kind of like contribute to your living being, how can I put it, man? Let's say, for example, okay, I want to put the worst possible party. I don't want to thrash any party right now, so let me go back to the NP. Let's say the NP was running, okay, and you, youth, decide, oh, I don't care about politics, all of this is nonsense, all of them are liars, I don't want to vote. Okay, considering the past, there's a group of people out there who want the NP to run because a lot of them are still racist, a lot of them still want the old way, okay, and they don't really want this whole Rainbow Nation stuff, okay. So they decide they are going to definitely vote because they want to change that. And then you are being passive and like, I don't really want to vote because of ABC. They are going to put somebody in power that is going to make your life even way worse than it is right now. And you had no decision to make. I mean, you had no play in it, but you're dealt the cards. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're passive, you're still going to be dealt the cards. And now it's just going to be up to whoever's active who's going to determine how your cards are being played. So do you want to be that person who just sits back and like just looks at the situation and be like, you know, I don't want anything to do with this, and then suffer the consequence regardless? I mean, what do you have to lose? I feel like you have more to lose by being passive. That's honestly how I feel. And that's the understanding that I had to come to when I realized that I needed to vote, because I was like, I hate politics and I hate the system and I hate the society, but I'm kind of born into this ish and I kind of need to make a decision in terms of what would be the better way out or what would be the best way, you know? So I had to put my register. I registered like, I think in 2014, I registered to vote and I started voting because I felt like, at least let me play my part. And I know sometimes it feels like you're just one person, it won't make a difference. Imagine millions of people thought the way you did. That's millions of votes. To make that million is up to each individual. There's no way you can get to 1 million without the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get to 10 without one. You can't get to 200,000 without one. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then until you get to that number. But if you're gonna subtract yourself, okay, best believe there's many others like you who are subtracting themselves. So what do we need to do? The ones who are active in this need to be the voice for those who are not active and be like, yo guys, this is the situation, this is what needs to happen. If we don't do anything about this, this is how it may turn out. You know, we need people who are educated in the political field. I mean, I'm not really educated in the political field, but I kind of have a rough idea, and I feel like that's what at least everybody needs, you know, and a rough idea. And I think that's what we all have. I mean, despite how the media and stuff portray certain parties or certain politicians, you still have a general idea of what's going on. I mean, because you're affected by it. If your school doesn't bring textbooks, or if your transport system is not moving, people are on strike, that affects you because now you can't go to work or you can't go to school. You know what I mean? You can't get the education. So it directly affects you. So now it forces you to go back to the government or the politicians and be like, yo, what's going on? Because I don't have textbooks here. I don't have transport over here. You know? So it's all important at the end of the day. And I think we really need to at least consider checking out the parties and who has a more reasonable explanation or solution to the problem. And then go with that, man. I mean, honestly, I don't want to say be traditional and stick to what you know, because people come and go. It's not... The mistake we make is that we think a party is that individual. There's probably great individuals in a certain time period, and then they leave, and then there's new people in the same party, and then you voting for those people when those people are coming with a whole different vision from the ones before that. Another party may have new people that have a greater vision, but because of the party's name, you don't really want to even consider hearing them out. You want to stick to what you know, even though it has new vultures, new people, sorry to say, even though it has new people, okay? You want to still vote for those people. If those people are in another party, you would never vote for that party at all. Do you understand? So let's not look at the party. Let's look at the individual, the politicians, and the policies, of course. So that will kind of also dictate which party. So don't tie yourself. Don't be like, because my parents voted for this, I want to vote for this. No. Unless that party is really like going to help the situation and you believe they can, and they have the right steps and they have the right information and the right manifestos and the right policies, then by all means, I mean, every person's vote is their own choice. It's your individual right, and it's private. You know, it's up to you to share it. I mean, you share it with your family or whatever. But when you go to the voting polls, nobody knows what you're voting for. You're literally just getting into that voting poll all alone, and you vote and you put your ish in there and you bounce, and all you are is a number. So no one knows. So come on, what do you have to lose, honestly? At least just participate. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's kind of fun too. I mean, like just do it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I can't believe I'm much advocating politics, but that's like I'm trying to find the best possible way, and sometimes you need to just dollar what you must. You know, sometimes you need to just do what you gotta do, and that's the gist of it. So yeah, that's it. That's it for my video right now. I just really wanted to say this because we're in South Africa. Whoever's outside of South Africa, we are approaching a time where we're gonna vote now. You know, election is happening on the 9th of May, which is not too far away from now. So I've been watching stuff and watching the politics and seeing what people are saying, and you know, there's a lot of posters out here. People are saying, vote for them, vote for them. There's parties that have way more money than others. That's why their posters are more dominant than others. So we're seeing it now. It's that time period. A lot of people are trying to put up their best face. Everybody's trying to market this, market their party, market their policies. Everybody's trying to win over votes. That's what's going on now. So I just decided, let me just speak on this time in our present, and just what's happening now currently in our country, in our lives. Because honestly, As much as you think you're an individual, you're actually part of the country more than you know. Part of the nation. You're a statistic. Like, if you die, you're part of a statistic. You add to a percentage. To maybe someone who's making a statistic of, this much percent of young people in South Africa died this year. So that's how important you are. Like, you add to the society as much as you think you don't. Even you doing nothing and being poor, you're adding to it because you're part of the unemployment percentage, you're part of the poverty. And that's the poverty that's trying to be handled and fixed in our country. So, there's always politics and everything, but I think just really consider which one is your best choice. If you really want to know what I'm voting for, you can maybe send me, a message and I'll tell you in private. And maybe I'll tell you someday. I'll say it after I've voted. Yeah, maybe I'll say it after I've voted. And watching everything going on, I'll be like, yo, this is what I did. Okay, that's it, guys. Peace. Love.
Stick up, chisa, chisa in my leg. It was side, boogie, siya, pull up.